We all? Okay, all right. So I feel heaviness. Are you tired? Yeah.
It is the weather.
Okay, so let's start. And now I would like to propose you an exercise about questioning. In the specific, it would be how to ask questions related to the pictures. Okay. And let me give you a bit the etymology of the word question. I like etymology. I don't know if you like it. Yeah. I like it because in a way, etymology gives us not just the origin of a term, but also the history of a term. So I like history, so that's I like etymology as well. Anyway, I don't know. I think you know maybe, but the word question, the English word question, comes from the French question. Yeah, I don't know if you know, but for like more than 3 centuries, basically the aristocrat, the noble, and the kings of England were French, basically. Yeah, in the specific, they were Normans. Yeah, since William the Conqueror in was 1066 won the Battle of Hastings, and basically he came from the north, France. Yeah. So but the French word question comes from Latin. Yeah. That was querere, the verb querere, which means looking for, seeking, basically, searching. Yeah. So I think it's a nice idea to see a question as a way to look for something. Yeah. So I think it could be interesting for you that you want to create this, let's say, project about art and philosophical practice in order to involve people, to develop a bit the capacity to ask questions, yeah, in order to push people to look something in the picture. And I would like to introduce a distinction between 2 different questions you could ask, or you could have people asking. One type of question is called the comprehension question, and the second one is a reflexive question. I don't know if you are familiar with that. No? No? Okay. Maybe just Alex a bit, yeah. So basically, the main difference is that the reflexive, the comprehension question are questions that you could answer just in order to answer, you need the picture or the text. Okay? So basically, are questions that are related to specific elements contained, let's say, in the picture. Okay? So you cannot answer without the picture. That's comprehension question. Okay? So in a way, comprehension question guide you to look for something inside the picture. Yeah, it's they give you a kind of direction. Yeah, so you don't feel lost inside the picture, but you can focus on something specific. While the reflexive question are questions that are related a bit with the picture, but not as much as the previous questions. So in a way, the reflexive questions are questions that propose topic, ask about topic who are related with the picture, but you can answer also without the picture. Yeah. So let's say that we have a picture with, I don't know, a big heart. Okay. A comprehension question could be how big is the art? Yeah. And a reflexive one could be what is love? You don't need a picture in order to answer the second question. So this is just a little introduction to yeah, to give you this distinction. Is the distinction clear for everybody? Yeah, okay, good. So now, the exercise I will propose you is to take a few minutes to go around. No, you don't need to go around. We can use this picture over here and over here as well. So you look the pictures, you pick one, and you formulate two different questions. One should be a comprehension question, and one should be a reflexive question. So this is the task. After you have done it, we are going to check the question. Like usual, we are going to discuss if we see any problems or if the question can work. So this is the task. Is this task clear for everybody? Yeah. So I think 5 minutes could be enough to do it. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you have questions.
Yeah, the questions in class should be about the same picture or different pictures.
Okay, I didn't think about that, but it's a nice question. I think it's better if related to the same picture.
The same picture, okay.
Yes. So in a way, I think you show that you understood the difference between the pictures, yeah, between the questions. Are you with us? You wanna do it?
I'm sorry, I was invited to do it with you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Don't be sorry. It's okay.
Yeah.
If you want, you can do it. All right. What's your name?
Andrea.
Like me. Okay. Okay. Nice name. Yeah. Stop. think it's better if you write it down, even on the cell phone, if you don't have a pen. So who didn't finish yet? Okay, Joanna, I guess so. Yes.
I mean, I have them written in Romanian, now I'm translating them in English.
Ah, so you have the question already.
Yes.
Okay. Andrea, you've done? Good. Okay, all right. So I think we can go on. Yeah, Luisa, you
Right for, there's of course, then one.
really okay. Okay, let me say a couple of things before we start the exercise. One is about the importance of the capacity to ask a good question, let's say. And personally, when I study, I always ask myself questions. Yeah. And I encourage it to do the same to my students, because I think it's an important part of studying, of understanding. Yeah. So, for example, when I don't understand something, I try to understand what I don't understand. So asking a question, it means that already you know something, so you know what you don't know in a way. And then you look for that, what you don't know, yeah? Or maybe there is something interesting, but you would like to know more about it. So you have the impression that there is something complete there. So you ask yourself a question, yeah? Or maybe there is some confusion, some ambiguity. So you try to understand what can make that confusion disappear, or make that doubt that you have like more clear. So I think it's important. It's a way to understand, a way to think, and a way to learn. Yeah. So the question is really important. And the Socrates method was also called not Maieutics, but also called the art of questioning. So it's a kind of art. It's not natural, let's say, asking question like this. Something that we should train. Yeah. And and the second one is a methodological information. I would propose to you that a little rule. I know some people don't like rule, like in Italy, but I think it could be worthy. So I invite you to speak just when we have the speaker for two main reasons. One is that I'm recording, so if you speak near the speaker, it's gonna be easier to listen at the recording and to understand. And the second one is because I noticed it is normal that some people tend to speak without raising his hand while other people are speaking, which tend to create a bit of confusion. So I don't wanna, want to let everybody speaks, but once at a time. Even because I'm a man, I have hard time to do two different things at the same time. Okay, so don't drive me crazy, please. Okay, so I guess we can start. Who want to propose is okay, Luciano. Good. First, can you say which picture did you pick?
I picked, well, it's the picture and it's also the houses right in front. The models.
Which one?
The houses, the little. Yes.
Ah, that one. Okay. Okay.
So a comprehensive question would be, why do all houses look the same in the picture? What was the point of it?
Now you ask two questions.
Yes.
So pick one.
The first, why do all houses look the same in the picture?
Okay. All right. And the second one?
A reflective question would be, what makes a house a home?
Okay. Nice. Okay. Now let's examine each question together. So I will start with the comprehension question. Okay. I would ask the group. Oh yeah. I would ask the group if you see any problems. Just for Andrea, that she is new. We are looking for problems because problems. I know it's a bit strange because usually we escape problems, but in the philosophical practice, that's what we are doing here. Problem is something we need in order to start a kind of thinking process. So now I'm inviting everybody to try to see if there is any problem with this comprehension question that Luciano raised, right? Just for the sake, can you repeat it?
Why do all houses look the same in the picture?
Okay. Why do all houses look the same in the picture? Joanna?
One problem I think would be that they don't look the same, they have different colors, so they're not the same. They may be the same in structure, but they're not the same because also the little windows are different and the colors.
All right. So there is a kind of false evidence in this question, right? Which is that the object in the picture are the same, and you are objecting that they are not, right? Okay, so there is a wrong presupposition in the question. Okay, let's go back to Luciano. Luciano or Luciano?
Luciano, it's okay.
Luciano is more Italian, so well, but here in Romania is like Lucian.
Yes.
Okay, Lucian. Okay, so did you understand the Joanna criticism?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with that or no?
Yes.
Okay. So you look. You can tell that the houses are different somehow.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to keep your question or you want to change your question now?
I want to change.
Okay. Okay. But before to change it, why you you consider those houses the same.
The structure is the same,
Okay.
which is how I would change the question. Again, the observation was correct. The colors differ. The people in the window differ, but it's the same structure.
You can see here. Here maybe you can see.
Yeah, it's the same. Okay. Okay, so which is the new question? Comprehension question?
Why do all houses have the same structure?
Okay. And do you think that this question is a comprehension question or no? I just remind you the definition that a comprehension question is a question that, I mean, you need an element which is inside the picture in order to answer it.
Well, I should rephrase my question right so that it points to the picture.
Yeah, but first answer my question.
Yes.
So yes or no?
It was unclear the question. This is why I.
Do you think your question is a comprehension question? Why, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Okay.
Should I elaborate?
Can you, yeah, be a bit more generous with the answer? Yes.
Because I'm interested. Why did the artist chose this repetition? Or what's the?
But so you think that the answer to this question is inside the picture or is outside the picture?
Okay. The answer the full answer might be outside the picture, but I'm trying to tell from the picture why this is why did he, I mean, okay. I think the answer is in the picture.
Is it in the picture? Okay, so if it's in the picture, you should be able to point it out, the element that could help us to answer your question. You see something that could help us to answer your question?
Now that I think about it, only external answers come to mind.
Okay, so maybe it's outside.
Yes.
It's not inside, so it's not a comprehension question.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay.
I have a question about the definition of comprehension question, because what if some answers of the question are in the picture, another possible answer are out of the picture? Is it still a comprehensive? I mean, if I can keep one answer of the question inside the picture without taking anything out of the picture in consideration, is still a comprehensive, or as far as I can answer outside the picture is not a comprehensive question?
Okay. Just for fun, you have an idea how to answer your own question or no? Or you... Okay, try.
For me, if I can answer the question at least once with only with the picture, then it's a comprehensive question.
Yeah, I will say the same. I was about to say the same. So it's enough that there is, let's say, one element that you can use to answer the question inside the picture. Yeah.
So in my opinion, it will still be a comprehensive.
Okay, so you have a lawyer, even nice. Lucian, you have a lawyer, even if you withdraw your question. So maybe you've been too fast.
Yes.
Someone believes in you more than you in yourself. Does he speak to you or no? Okay, of course. Okay. You want to say something?
I was fast because I wanted to move the conversation further, maybe.
But you,
What was missing. I had the same instinct as Pepe, but
okay. So, but you didn't follow. Okay. Why you didn't follow?
because I started thinking more of external questions, and then I started thinking of design techniques or why repetition is more common in general in design. But
Okay, so you focus more on external, and so you forgot about the internal ones. Okay. Let's go with Pepe. It's fine with you? Okay. So Pepe, now, can you show us which element there must be at least one inside the picture, then we can use in order to answer Lucian's question?
One that is clear to me, even though it's not maybe that evident, is that in the picture you can see not only the house, but you can see some furniture. It's how do you say in English? Etagera.
Oh.
You can see two shelves. So the picture clearly shows that, and if you and being a brand, so you can see in the picture both that you can see in the picture clearly that this packaging in shelves, in my opinion, because you have a brand, you have the fact that it's a coffee, you can identify that it's cardboard, and you have it over two shelves. So if you can identify in the picture that is packaging of a single brand, then you can understand, in my opinion, why repetition is a value that makes sense. Because
Just to help us to follow you.
yes,
Can you remind us the Lucian question?
yes, why all the elements in the pictures, all the houses, I don't know the word used, have the same structure.
Okay, yes, yeah. So, and your idea is that
Since I can read a brand there that is Dalson Coffee, and I can see it's over shelves, I can see, not only interpret it, that we are talking about some packaging. So
how would you answer this question? Just now, don't explain, just try to answer why these houses are the same. So like short, clear answer by using the element you just
Yes.
pointed out.
I can have two very fast answers that came to mind right now.
Just say it, yes.
First one will be when you have a brand and you have a packaging, you want for it to be the same in order to be recognizable. How do you say that in English? Recognizable. The other one is being packaging. You want to storage it in an orderly way.
Okay, with one other.
Yes.
So second, the first one.
So same structure, same shapes makes a brand to be recognizable.
Okay. So the main concept here is to be recognized, recognition.
Yes, recognition, identity somehow.
All right. So, Lucian, did you like the your lawyer defense? Would you go to Pepe if you had a problem with legal problem with some? He's an architect, but he's good. Yeah, you take it? Oh no.
I take it because I thought the same, but I thought it's external because we base this.
Why is it external?
Because I thought this was based on external information that we know of brands and that we know.
If you listen, Pepe, he said that is inside the picture, the brand, right?
Yeah.
It's not external. It's inside. It's part of the picture.
Okay, then I was unclear how internal and external, how critical should I be of?
Because
Yeah.
you see, it's there. It's the written in each house.
Hmm.
You see, maybe there you're a bit far away.
Yeah, but
You can come up. You see? Here. There is. No?
yes.
You didn't see.
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, maybe for the next time, kind of, if you propose this exercise, would be better to let people to get more near or to dress some glasses. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now you keep your question. Okay. Good job, Pepe. Good job. All right. There is still someone else that sees some problem in Lucian question, even after the Pepe's defense. Another problem. Or maybe an objection to Pepe's defense also. So I think helpful to read the question again for everybody, because we usually we use a board, so a blackboard usually, a whiteboard.
Why do all house structures look the same in the picture? That was the initial.
No, but Nietzsche was houses, not structures. You see, you change it.
Yes, this is the second, the changed question.
Okay, so we are working on the second or the first one? Okay, so say again the second.
Why do all house structures look the same in the picture?
Okay. No problems? No? Okay. So we can keep it. Good, good. Do you have the second question, the reflexive? I remember you said something by, can you repeat it?
What makes a house a home?
Okay. Okay. Is anybody sees a problem here? I just remind you that in a reflexive question, you don't need the picture in order to answer it, but it still is related a bit with the picture. Joanna, you raise your hands.
Yeah, I think given the fact that you said you don't actually need the picture to answer the reflexive question.
Yeah.
But the second question, the reflexive question, is unrelated to the first question, the comprehensive one, since we're not talking about.
Okay, but that's
not
necessary.
That's not necessary. No.
It's necessary that the question is related, let's say, with the picture,
Okay.
even if you don't need the picture to answer.
Okay. The picture describes doesn't describe a house. Actually, it's about a brand. It's advertising. So the question, his reflexive question, what makes a house a home, is unrelated to the literal content that is described in the picture.
Okay, thanks. So your idea is that there is no houses in the picture, neither homes. All right. It's getting funny. Lucian, you understand?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? Do you agree or you wouldn't agree?
God damn it, I didn't see the brand name there. Got me.
Brand name. Do you still think that they are houses or no?
Well, I think my question.
Are they houses?
Well, they're what do they call, boutiques or coffee shops? Yeah. Parter. Well,
Okay.
my question was about being how you say, being personable. How can you relate this house?
Familiar, you mean?
Not familiar, but this is what makes it my house, or how does it relate to my identity? Or coffee shop. If every box is the same, how is it mine?
Okay, but four. So you agree they're, let's say, coffee shops or something like that. They are not houses.
Okay.
We agree. Yeah. So if you want to save your question now, you're supposed to find a relation between coffee shops and house, or coffee shop or homes. Okay, that's your job. Otherwise, Joanna is right, and by reasoning, you should give up. Yeah, that's it. If you can do it. Can you do it?
Well, can I do it by switching the question a bit? If all coffee shops are the same.
No, wait. Now you're going back to the question. Then try. Then if you are not able to let's say find the relation, you can change your question. But if you find the relation, you don't need to change the question. You see, because the relation is there.
Yeah.
Was it clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's give Lucian the chance to speak, and then I will give you the same.
It's hard. I can't find
Okay.
this.
There is someone who wants to help Lucian in find this relation. You wanted to say something else, Andrea?
I first of all, I do not agree with. I do believe they are houses. For me, they have windows through the houses. They are not they are not the typical house as we draw it, but I think for me represents the idea of a house, because in the small pictures, we can even see people reading, people going with their feet up on the window. And I do believe that when you chose the picture, go only for the picture, because in the picture, you cannot see what's behind. Yes, here you can see it, but in the picture, it's imagining a house. For me, it's the imagination of a house.
So let me conceptualize your idea. You're saying that even if they, I mean, they're not exactly like a normal house, in a way they symbolize houses. So they are symbols of house. Yeah. So I mean, you're proposing that the relation between, maybe they're more coffee shop, but at the same time, here the coffee shop is a symbol for house, right? You see, Andrea, find the relation. Yeah. Do you take her defense? Yes. You tend to surround too quick. You notice?
Inside the philosophical practice,
Yeah.
I was too stubborn with my idea.
And now you're the opposite.
Now I start to think, oh, maybe I'm wrong. How? Yeah.
Are you an extreme guy?
Yes.
Okay, it's visible. Yes, a little balance. Okay, so anyone has a problem with Andrea's argument, or no? So you accept it, Lucian, right?
Yes.
Anybody else? Okay, Andrea, good job. Have you done philosophical practice before? No, okay, you're good. Okay, so finally your questions were good. Okay, and by the way, let's stop a bit here the process, and let's try to go to a little meta level. I don't know you, but thanks to this question and thanks to the examination we have made to this question, I have the impression now that I know a bit more and a bit better this picture. I notice some information, for example, the brand written and the window, what the people in the window that I couldn't see before, even because maybe it was too far, but I didn't pay attention. So that was the idea, that by asking question and by examining the question, we have the opportunity to see more, to make visible what at the beginning was a bit invisible in a way, to focus more. Yeah. So that's the idea. Okay, this is is the game, word game. Yeah. Okay. So far, any comment about this process? Then we can pick another one. But any, I don't know, doubts, any curiosity, any difficulty, any complaining? I don't know, anything. You notice something interesting?
Short. I just want to repeat what you said, just by examining the questions, not by answering the questions, we have found out something about the picture. When instead, if we would have tried more to answer the question and add ideas, we would have gone maybe too fast. But instead, we stayed on the questions, looked at the questions, and we found things indirectly about the picture.
Yes.
Which I just repeated in different words.
Yes, I agree. Let's say that usually we tend to go too fast, and instead of contemplating the aesthetics also of the question, we tend to escape the question. And I know that it can sound a bit paradoxical, but try to answer straight away to a question could be a way to get rid of the question. Okay, so that's why it's important in the practice to get slower. Yeah, because it's like when you go by car or you take a train. If the more fast goes the train, the less you can see outside. So to slow down is important in the practice. But just for fun, I didn't think about it before. Let's try to answer the second question. Okay, I'm just contradicting myself, but it's okay. So, can you repeat your question?
What makes a house a home?
Okay, I think it's a nice question. I don't know if you agree, but do you have an answer? Okay.
What makes a house a home is our intimate relationship with that house. It's the transformative relation that we have with the house, transforming it into a home, actually.
The intimate relation.
Mhm.
So the main idea is the relation we build with
Yes,
the object.
yes.
Okay.
But it's a symbolic also.
Okay. And could you say something more about this relation? So which kind of relation can help us to, let's say, make a house a home? And which kind of the relation wouldn't let us to do it? Do you understand the question, or is a bit confused? Did you understand?
It's about the way we inhabit, first of all, the space, the way we create an imaginary mental psychology of the space, basically.
Okay. Can you be a bit more concrete and give us an example? Because you're speaking about the way.
If I go
Something about the way.
if I go to your house, I will say, I will go to Andrea's house, you know.
Yeah.
I know how your house looks like, but I don't have a very intimate relationship with your house.
Good example. So let's say that you come to my house. I'm not there. What can you do? You brought this example and following you. What can make my house your house?
It's not your house, it's your home.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
I will always,
Yeah,
You-
well,
I will
let's
always
say-
think-
let's say, I reformulate the question. What would make my house your home?
I understood the question. But the point is, I will still refer in my mind to your house as
Yeah, but
your house.
Don't complicate things.
The fact that probably I will live there for some time, for a longer time, developing some personal habits in relation with your space.
So pick one main concept. It could be time, habits, or something else. What do you think? Be one main strategy to turn on house
Time, probably.
time. Okay. And why time? What can you do if you stay there for a long time?
I observe better.
Mhm.
I adapt and adjust my habits to what I observe in my, surroundings, in my environment, basically. And thus I develop this kind of relationship with this environment.
Adapt and you observe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take other answers to this question. So we could problematize, but I think now it could be more interesting to have more answers. So another one?
I know that it may be cliche, but memories, and it relates to time and
Okay,
habits.
yes, memory. So it's another.
Yeah.
All right. Other answers?
Developing the feeling of belonging.
And how can you develop that feeling? By doing what?
As actions, I don't understand the question.
You're saying that developing the feeling of belonging is
Yes.
a way to transform a house in a home, right?
Yes.
And what can you do in order to have that feeling?
Well, in my opinion, when we talk, for instance, about time or habit, we lack the part of positivity, of positive things that happen. It's an intimate relations that is a positive one, because I don't know, I can be 6 years in the school of architecture and hated it. I have a very intimate relation with it, but I don't identify with it. I may be used to that, I may be adapt to that, but I don't feel at home there because I don't have this feeling of belonging. So belonging for me is identify myself as the space I'm living in, and the space represent me. So it's a two-way communication with the space. That's what I meant by belonging.
Okay. Identification.
Identification, yes.
And what is necessary in order to identify yourself in something, you think?
Letting your mark there. I mean, making it yours through your things, things that represent you, and letting it model yourself as well. So this kind of intimate, positive communication.
Kind of dialogue.
Yes.
Okay, nice. And I never thought about that. So in a way, by dialogue, even with things, we tend to identify with them.
Yes.
And we grow this feeling inside of belonging.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Nice. Beautiful. Tanya, and
Yeah, so I was having an answer. Creating a safe space makes it a home. So feeling safe there.
Yeah. And just to check, do you think it is enough to feel safe in order to feel at home, or you need something else?
Not necessarily, because you maybe feel safe in someone else's home too, but it's not your home, or in some other place.
Okay, so can you say what you need more? I mean, I get that you need to feel safe.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's not difficult to claim that it's your home. But what do you need more?
I agree very much with what Pepe said. So feeling safe and putting your mark and creating your space there.
Okay, so
And
identification.
yes, and I think by doing that, what Pepe said, you can also make it your safe space by making it represent you, basically.
Yeah. I don't know if you have the experience of moving in a house, but usually the first thing is, okay, cleaning, but is bringing your stuff. You put your picture, your memories. So in a way, that's a way to transform that house in your home. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Yes, Raluca?
Was a similar idea to hers. I would just bring in some nuances. So it would be having elements that would make you recognize some affective, positive feelings that you will have in that space.
Can you give us an example?
It can be a certain type of light that you recognize as having that same type of light in your grandparents' house, for example. So it would bring in some positive memories related to that type of situation.
Yeah.
So it's more than safety. It's a certain type of recognition of some affective situations in the past.
So you are proposing a bit the same idea than Pepe, which is memory, yeah?
Yeah, but I had this element of recognizing, so creating the space in which you would recognize the memories that you have. So it's not only, it's an active relation, not only making new memories, but also reenacting certain memories that you.
Okay, so you bring your memories and you create a relation between your memories and
the space. So in a way, you're reenacting your past, not only making new memories, but reenacting a significant emotional past.
Okay. So in a way, you create a relation between that space and those, let's say, rooms and objects to your own story. Yeah, and that let you identify more with the space. Okay, nice, good. And before to go on, I think it was, it was a bit improvised, this part, but I think even this part led us to, in a way, to, okay, I agree, we get a bit far from the picture, but in a way, getting far by sticking on the same topic could help us to going back and to look better in the picture. So now I would like to ask you, after the discussion, yeah, what do you think about this picture? Maybe you notice something different, or maybe sometimes, I don't know if it happened to you, but at the first you don't like something, then you start thinking, you start analyzing, you start understanding better, and then you like more. Maybe this is the case, maybe not. So, you have any comments about this? Someone notice some switch, some change during the process with this picture? Joanna.
Yes, at first I saw what Joanna, if I'm not mistaken, Joanna as well. I saw branding and advertising, and for me that's sort of impersonal. But because we did this exercise and I thought a little bit more about the concept of the house, the home, the coffee shop, and now I have a more personal relationship with the picture. And now I don't feel stuck with my original idea. Now I feel that I can go on even further.
Say again, what was your original idea?
That it's impersonal.
Okay, so now it's more familiar.
Not necessarily more familiar, but I see that it can be more complex than my original idea that was only impersonal, and that's that. We are talking only about a coffee shop and that's it.
So it's less impersonal.
Yes, it's less.
Before.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and this, let's say, reduction of impersonality make you like this picture more or less?
Make me like this picture more. It shaken up my interest. I don't know. Woke up my
You like
interest.
it more.
Yes, yes.
Because you see, it's less impersonal.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes? Yeah. But now I let you speak. But I think it was interesting, this little switch. So in a way, by understanding something different or by seeing something different, by analyzing, basically through some ideas, we change our preference. Yeah. In a way, knowledge can change the way we react to objects or to pictures like that. I think this is an interesting idea. Johanna.
Yes, as Jana said, I totally share your idea. After this discussion, I relate to the picture a lot more. And when you asked him, because he asked
Can I ask you the time? Because I'm not watching.
7:12.
7:12.
How longer can we stay?
We can still do 30 minutes and then
30 minutes? Okay.
until 8. At 8 we have to go.
Yeah, because I would like to have a final, let's say, method discussion together. So tell me when I should stop with this exercise.
So the exercise can go on for even 20, 30 minutes.
Can you stop me? Because I don't have
Stop
to.
you at in half hour.
So, but before we need to go, so we have the time to conclude. Yeah.
And I will stop in 20 minutes.
Good. Johanna?
Okay, yes. At first, I was telling I didn't see behind the concept of branding, of advertising, and that was it. I didn't see the depth of the picture. And I remembered because you asked him to reformulate his question to make connection between houses and the brand and the coffee shop and everything. So I thought this idea that came to me just like this was what makes a coffee shop a home? Because to me, coffee shops are sort of like a second home. So that's how I see it now.
Can you say why for you?
Because coffee shops are to me are a very intimate place. To me, coffee shops are a very intimate place. You meet up with someone, you sit, you talk, you share a coffee, you share something, you know, a little something to eat. There's little bit of rumbling. There's the coffee machine going. It's a nice quiet atmosphere to me.
It makes sense, the link.
Yes, yes.
Between
Yes.
okay,
Friend with the barista.
Yeah, plus I was thinking that the coffee for many people is something very important, and one of the first action in the morning is to drink a coffee. So there is another link with the
Sure. So
yeah. Okay, yes.
Just wanted to say that for me, it didn't. So the second discussion about what makes a house a home didn't change my attitude towards the picture.
What was your original attitude? And
I don't like it. I would never have picked it. For me, this way of repeating a simple structure doesn't appeal to me. And even less after discussing what makes a house a home, because it just exaggerated even more the difference between a repetitive simple structure and the complexity and the profound depth of what makes a house a home. So for me, it just confirmed my antipathy towards the picture.
okay. So before to go to Pepe, I can ask you a terrible question. I'm joking. So you don't like repetitions, right, Luca? You don't, right? In general, you don't like repetition. Okay, can you give me a reason why you don't like repetition? Okay, so you don't like boredom, right? I think something came out already, this discussion about boredom, but I'm not sure it was you. Maybe it was someone else. You remember when we did the Who You Think You Are? I think we spoke about boredom at one point. It was you. Okay. By the way, just for fun, you like it or no? No. Okay. Strange. Okay. So, okay, just to conclude this little dialogue with you, Raluca, now I would like to ask you, we call it in the practice the paradigm shift question, okay? So it's a question that will push you a bit out from your paradigm, because in your paradigm it's visible that repetition are bad and boredom is wrong, is bad, yeah? So can you say something good about boredom?
Boredom.
Not the only one, I think.
Boredom makes the space for relaxation.
If you are bored, you relax.
Could be, yes.
Can you explain how it works?
Because boredom does not, by definition, it's a lack of stimulation, and when you're not activated, stimulated, then you can relax. I don't know, something like that.
So, you know what other people now could deduce about you after this answer? Oh no.
That I have a hard time relaxing.
Yes, and that you tend to be very tired.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. By reconciling a bit with boredom, you could be more relaxed and less tired, no?
Yes. If someone can tell me how, I'm open to suggestions.
Okay. But the aim of my question was to try to push you to see the benefits or something that in your worldview is just wrong. See, I think if you see that is enough. Yeah, is enough. Okay. So, Pepe, you wanted to say something?
Yes, actually, I would ask Raluca actually if she got close to it, because even though it's the same structure, it's not repetitive at all.
Okay, so you're saying that because she's far away, she cannot notice the many difference included in the picture.
Yes, exactly. I mean, from afar and from a lot of distance, you just see a shape, which can be boring and uninteresting. But when you get in detail and you approach, you can see that this window that's each time different, and you have many characters in the pictures doing different things, and it's linked to different colors. So they are.
I would want to follow your suggestion. So since Raluca, since Pepe is saying that you're not appreciating enough the picture because you're too far away, so you don't see enough, let's do the experiment. Can you close up a bit to the picture? And then take your time, don't be in a rush. No, you are a Russian person.
And I have a second thought about that.
Let's give her the silence to focus, and then you tell the second stuff.
Maybe you can see also the boxes themselves.
Good? Okay. So now, what would you answer to Pepe? I'm looking her face, I don't think she changed his mind.
Though I understand his point of view, and I definitely see more nuance than before.
Yes.
But still, the main repetition in structure for me, is not enough.
Again?
It's not the repetition of the structure, which is the main thing that's
That is not or is?
it's not. So it's I see what he means. It's definitely more complex than what I saw from here. But I think I'm too superficial.
Let me ask you, how would you modify the picture in order to improve it? What would you change?
I would change the shape of the orange part.
Different shape?
Yes,
Okay, so you would create more nuance, more
Yes.
difference inside?
yes.
Okay. How much you hate repetitions? Okay, okay, and the second thing?
Well, the second thing is what Joanna said before. It was an interesting answer to a question that was put this morning. That was also Raluca's idea, because she created this antagonism in between thinking and having fun or feeling or enjoying. So, and I think, as you pinpointed, you can think, and through thinking can be enjoyable on one hand, and thinking about art or design can this kind of wow moment when you understand something can be very enjoyable also from a sensory point of view. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's somehow what you experience when we were talking about this, and you see more depth out of this. So do you feel you experience a kind of thinking being enjoyable and make you enjoy the thinking?
Okay, so your idea is that by focusing more through thinking, you can enjoy more something. Okay. Okay, I think it's a nice idea. Yeah. And because this morning I think it was there, but I missed the first part of the workshop. So what was the question? You remember?
In Raluca's vision or experience more, she couldn't, I mean, one problem she experienced when she was thinking about how to interpret the film that we were watching was that she has the tendency of letting her go through her feelings.
Okay.
And so she wasn't able to think about, and at some point she had to kind of repress herself and to focus on thinking. And when she was thinking, she was not having fun. She was not enjoying. So she, well, she obviously it was her impression, so she can. Yes.
Let her repeat. Can you repeat what you said this morning?
So the question Cecilia asked all of us was if it was difficult to find the message of the video. And some of us said yes, others said no, and I said yes. And when she asked me why, I said that it's because I got emotionally gripped by the video, and that stopped me from thinking. And then we got to the conclusion that I'm split, so I either enjoy the work of art or I think. And Cecilia asked me why, and I said because I'm emotionally reactive, and that stops me from thinking. But what I didn't say, and maybe Pepe, I think, implied, that it also works the other way around. That when I'm thinking, I'm not enjoying, which I didn't say, and actually it's not true, because when I think, I enjoy it more. It's the other way around that doesn't work. So if I enjoy it, I don't think, but if I think, I enjoy it.
So you're actually confirm the idea that Pepe is proposing, that by thinking you can have more fun.
Yes, I'm confirming. So I was just saying that.
Your feelings, reaction didn't let you thinking and to enjoy.
Yeah, but
so the
when
problem is
in the other, yeah.
reactions,
But
more.
I'm curious about the relation to this situation we are in now.
Yeah, no, because we said that by thinking more, like for example, Joanna, She changed a bit the idea. She likes a bit more after the discussion. Then, yeah, so that was the idea that Pepe proposed. Okay. Okay, all right. Do we have a bit time left?
4 minutes for maybe to see another pair of questions.
Okay, all right. Maybe we don't have the time like before to examine for sure, but who want to try the next picture with the next questions? 2 questions. Ivana. First, can you tell us
Yes.
which picture?
The picture is the picture on the right. This one with the patterns. This one.
Okay.
Okay, so the comprehensive question would be, what are the other motifs presented other than the flower? The other patterns presented other than the flower?
Can you just repeat and just for
Yes. What are the other motifs or patterns presented other than the flower? Because the flower is very obvious. so
Okay,
okay.
the second one?
And the second one would be, how well is nature or are natural elements represented in art or design?
Okay, so let's go step by step.
Yeah.
So let's stick to the first question.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody heard the first comprehension question? Yeah. Who sees a problem? Maybe just for fun, last time you can repeat it.
Yes. What are the other motives? What are other motives or other patterns represented here other than the flower?
Okay, do we all agree that is a acceptable comprehension question? Okay, let's go to the other Joanna.
I maybe will add or an insertion, but I don't know how to
Wait,
do
wait.
it.
So before to say, can you name the problem you see?
I don't have a single word.
Let me help you.
Okay,
Since you said, I would add, I
yes,
think the problem is that incomplete.
maybe.
Let's see.
So I think you are referring to the patterns inside those spreadsheets.
Yes.
But a pattern can be also the way they are put together. So what is it? The pattern in they are put together or the patterns that are in the spreadsheets?
Okay, okay. So how would you name this problem?
Maybe clarification, yeah, to be very clear about what patterns.
Be how to solve the problem.
Yeah, maybe precision, yeah. So be very clear.
I suggest you these 2. One is ambiguity, and one is unclarity. What do you prefer? It's unclear, it's ambiguous,
Unclear,
unclear.
yes,
So it's a unclear comprehension question.
yes.
Okay. Can you just reassume the argument you provide in order to sustain your thesis, your idea?
Can you repeat?
Can you
it?
say why?
Yes, because when in your question, when you talk about patterns, you don't necessarily tell me what pattern I should think of.
The word motive.
Yes.
And now, one step, you remember, it's good to slow down, yeah? Otherwise, we just react emotionally and we don't think, and we are here to think, yeah? Okay, so let's go back to Joanna. I'm sure. So, but take it easy. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Not a fight. So, did you understand what Joanna said?
I'm
I'm not asking you if you agree, but
yes.
just if you understand.
If I'm correct, she was also referring to the
Wait.
way that
You notice You're rushing a bit.
Yeah.
You see the problem now? What, I mean, you're rushing what problem is providing? Or not?
I wanted to verify if I understood her problem.
Yeah, and yeah, so you have your own agenda now. You're not
Oh,
dialoguing with me
okay,
anymore. You
okay.
see that? I think
Yes.
if you rush, you lose a lot.
Okay.
I think it's important. It's nice to see this. So now you're disconnected from my question because you're occupied with solving your problem, which is very fine if you understood.
Yes.
While my question was, did you understand? So if you need to verify, it means that maybe, but you are not sure, right?
I am not sure.
Okay, so if you're not sure, can you say that you understood or not?
No.
Okay, so don't complicate yourself.
Okay.
Next time, just say no, it's enough.
Okay.
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 But why you didn't say no and you did all the job by yourself?
I don't know. I tend
Try
to,
to
I tend to solve problems quickly
Okay.
and
So you
to,
don't like to contemplate problems.
no, not really.
Okay. So every question for you must be
It's a task.
painful.
Yes.
That was what I said before, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
In a way to get rid of the question of the problem is to answer to find a solution.
Quickly, yeah.
Okay. But you see that like that, you lose the process, and
Yes.
especially you don't enjoy the process. You're running until the end, yeah,
Yes.
solve the problem, but you are missing a lot. So keep calm.
Yeah.
So you didn't understand.
No, I did not.
Okay. So you want her to reformulate, or
Yes. To explain a
or
bit
you want to
further.
ask her a question?
No, I want her to explain a bit further what she meant.
Very good.
So I found that in your question, when you referred to the pattern, not to the motif necessarily, but the pattern, it's incomplete. What you're implying.
It's unclear.
It's unclear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say why?
Because when I think of pattern, I can think in two ways. First would be the pattern in the spreadsheets, and the second one would be the pattern of all of them together.
How they are arranged.
Yes, yes, how they are arranged.
So it is now clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So you understood. Now, would you agree with her or no? Would you accept her?
I would, yes.
Okay.
She has a valid point, yes.
So now try to use her, let's say, criticism
Yes.
in order to improve your comprehension question.
What other patterns or motives are presented in the spreadsheets in the picture, other than the flower?
Okay, let's go back. So now, problem solved.
Yes.
It's more clear.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, nice. Okay. But let me tell you something, because I think it was interesting what happened before between me and Joanna. I think what I noticed by doing the practice that, one main difference between a philosophical practitioner and a coach is that the coach wants to help the person to solve the problem and to get the result, yeah? A philosophical practitioner doesn't want that, yeah? In a way, we invite the people to think, and to think often implies to contemplate the problem instead of solve it, yeah? And let me propose you this idea that I think that most of the problems of human beings is that they don't give themselves the time to contemplate problems. So in a way, you're rushing in order to solve the problem is the biggest problem. I mean, it's a bigger problem than the problem you want to solve. Do you see why I propose you this idea?
I understand.
Can you explain to the group?
Because you and everyone else noticed that I was very fast to give an answer. to what she said without verifying that I understood I was thinking that I understood what she meant.
Yeah.
And I was very fast to correct myself
Yes.
and to solve it without actually verifying that I understood what she meant.
Yes, exactly. So imagine a person in his life, yeah, that he wants to solve a problem, but he doesn't even understand the problem. Did you see why this can create even more problem than before? Does it speak to you, this tendency? Okay. Okay, so take it easy, you see. I think I like very much philosophical practice because in a way, through the dialogue, we have the opportunity to see our existential tendency. And this, I think, is the biggest difference between academic philosophy and philosophical practice. And that's what was Socrates doing. Yeah, I know it's challenging, but I think that if you have the, let's say, the courage and the strength to get over this challenge, I think when you go home, you feel that there is something remain you. You are enriched, and plus you see better yourself. Yeah. Okay. I don't know which. Okay. Okay. So now we open the, let's say, we have done with the exercise. So now you're free to say your, let's say, comments, free comments about the process. Yeah. So I invite you not just to speak about the content, but try to look the process. Maybe you notice something I did with someone, some question. Maybe you I don't know, you have some intuition, or you would like to know better something, or why did I do something. So now you can question, or you can say whatever you want. One.
So I have one impression.
Mhm.
For me, I really like this exercise because before I thought that I contemplated a problem just by thinking about it. Okay, I did something wrong. I did it. But I wasn't questioning. I wasn't understanding. And I think now, because we did this exercise, it's like an example for me to use in my other problems, and it would help me to solve them or to understand them better. And after that, I think maybe I won't be so fixed on the solving and the answer. So it was nice.
So let me translate in Italian. So you're saying that thanks to this exercise and the philosophical practice, you're learning a bit how to slow down.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're fast too. Maybe all the Joanna are fast. I don't know, but in this group, yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Joanna. Other people, other comments?
Because starting this morning, somehow I got in the mood of thinking what these workshops mean for my profession and for the field I work in, and which is, let's say, public policy for this purpose. This last idea about taking the time to contemplate a problem by questioning, so not a passive attitude as it usually is perceived. So contemplation usually is like drooling over a problem, which is not the case here. This is usually how, when you say that you contemplate, the association is that you're passive and you're just observing without being, anyway. So I see many times that in public policies or strategies, there is this task to be efficient. You are always told that people don't have time to spend too much on discussing. And there are those people who have quick solutions, who get the most appreciation. And there's not so much time spent on debating. And I wonder, and I see the value of doing it. And I just have now this dilemma of how we can actually convince those in power to take more time and to create more arenas for real reflection without moving too fast on finding solutions, because usually this means that there will be just the easy fixes, or there will be just the stereotype copy-paste solutions from other places that don't belong here. And I just have this train of thought that has steered in my head in this time where efficiency seems to predominate, in fact. So I feel very privileged to be here for taking the time to be here, for having the chance to take it slow. But this is very rare, and I see it very difficult to convince other types of institutions or context to allow or to even fund something like that. So I have this this challenge. I see.
Thank you. I see it's another, I would say, let you speak, Alex. It's a nice question. I don't know if there is a solution. You know, most of the people, time is money. Just, I mean, to stay 1 hour on the same picture is a kind of losing time and losing money. But let me tell you something, because I understand your problem, and in my experience, at least, I don't know if it makes sense for you, but the best way to convince others is stop wanting to convince others. So I just do what I like, in a way, yeah. And in a way, I don't care about what other people think about what I'm doing, the judgment. So I just try to enjoy as much as possible, and I think that is the best argument you can give to anybody, because it's the same in the teaching, yeah? If I enjoy myself during teaching, usually students enjoy it too. And usually it means that I'm doing a good job. So I don't know if it's a solution, but at least that's what I do, yeah? I try to enjoy myself. Maybe it's not too much, but yeah, I told you, I don't think it's a solution, but it's my way to deal with this problem, let's say. I think Alex raised first, and then you, Pepe.
And it's just very short response to what you said. Can you convince yourself to do this, to keep this up after this is over? You know, because we keep it up because we have someone who is guiding us here, but then you move forward a lot to play it with institutions or whomever, but can you keep it up? Like, can you slow down even the day after tomorrow? And maybe then if you can, then you'll be enjoying life more, or what you're doing more, and stop worrying if you want others to slow down.
You want an answer by Raluca, or you want just to offer a question?
I think I would like an answer from everybody to this question, because everybody was behaving so well and cooperating. Yeah, normally people don't behave this well in the discussions, as you pointed out at the beginning of the workshop. They are chaotic, speak over each other, they don't take time, they hurry, they fall into their bad habits. Yeah. So are we capable of keeping it up? Responsible dialogue, I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, I would say just this comment that I think that what we have done today is also the result of the previous days. Yeah, I noticed also in the summer seminar when we do 7 days, basically even more like demanding than this, because we have a workshop in the morning, workshop in the afternoon, and a public consultation in the evening. So basically spend 8 hours per day doing this kind of exercise. And I can see in myself that after a few days, I'm more sharp, I can control more my emotion, I can think better and more clearly than before. And I can tell that this a bit the same with others. So in a way, I think that the result, I think this workshop went well because everyone was a bit trained, even because what we had done the previous days, yeah. But I think it's a good question. And one answer could be that, I mean, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, at one point you are going to drop it, yes? So that's why I think the best way to sell something is don't think about selling, but just do it and just have fun about it. But maybe you have another answer. Yes.
Question, another comment. In fact, I try to do this in my work. I'm known with my coworkers as the one who problematizes too much, who takes things too slow when they want to move very fast. And this is a problem. So I learn to behave differently. But it's annoying, in fact, for most people, for you to take things slower and to question. So the social pressure, I think, is something to consider. And I think what made it easier, apart from the fact that we got our muscles trained these days, is the fact that it was somehow it was a socially agreed way of functioning, while in other settings, you might be the only considered crazy person to act this way, and then you're the black sheep. And after a while, you get tired of being the black sheep and you start rushing yourself. So that's why enjoying. I see, like, it makes sense, your recommendation, but it's difficult to adapt it in my work context, just because the other people around me and the pressures of the work situation themselves are not supporting this. So I would be confrontational in a way. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I have the same problem in my life. I understand you. But let me give you another advice that I give to myself in order to keep doing it, because otherwise I would have dropped it already a few years ago. I see it's difficult, I know, but I think it's very helpful to accept to fail a lot of times. I saw your face, you don't like failure, it's normal. But if you accept to be a loser from other people, let's say, eyes, yeah, there is that problem, but you keep doing anyway, yeah? You keep doing. Maybe other people have a bad judgment. I have colleagues that hate me because they don't understand why I'm doing this, and they think they don't understand the value in it. They see this practice even as dangerous practice, yeah? Like, because you label people, you judge, stuff like that, yeah? So at the beginning, I was suffering because of this. They don't understand me, they don't understand me. At one point, I just said, okay, they think I'm a bad person, they think I'm a loser. I accept it in a way. I know sometimes I can more, sometimes I cannot. But in a way, if you depend too much on other people's judgment, you are heteronomous, you're not autonomous. And at one point, it's too tiring and it's too heavy to bring it. So I would suggest you to focus more on what you're doing, enjoy it, and forget about other people's judgment in a way. Yeah. If you like it, if you think it makes sense, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And if you fail, doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there are different paths, but this is what I tell myself basically every day. Yeah. I hope it can be useful for you.
Well, I don't know that much your context of work, but well, through similarities or maybe the fact that they've been working also in groups and these kind of things, and I know that sometimes the dialogues are complicated and the dialectics doesn't exist that much. I can think about two things. First one will be that I will make a difference in between executive kind of meetings or gatherings in where, well, it's normal that if you want to be executive, you want to have like short meetings, and it could be annoying and counterproductive to try to put under question a lot of things. But there is another concept that is very important, and even, I don't know, in big companies or in these kind of things, is the culture of the group and ways of collecting collective intelligences. And I think, and what is paradoxical to me is that people want to be very, very executive and to solve problems very fast, but then they expend a lot of money and time in things like team buildings, in where they go, I don't know, a weekend. I mean, they are not able to stay a morning drinking coffee and talking about one pictures, but they can go, I don't know, 3 days in the mountains to do rafting or whatever, which is paradoxical. And the results are not there. I mean, well, some people bond, and if you create sympathies with people, probably when shit hit the fan or there are problems, they will collaborate better, but they are not a culture behind it. So if you are in an executive position of management somehow, I think you could propose separating executive parties where you have to take decisions and to solve problems, and culture creation in where you think about identity, for instance. What do we are, what do we are, what do we want to represent, what are the problems that are what do we have to solve, like big problems, because well, we tend to in our work, and when we work, just doing things, not thinking why we are doing the things that we are doing. So but and this is the last comment I made about that. People feel this need and this gap, and they try to fill it with silly things like coaching or team building or karaoke nights. They are nice. I mean, why not? But they are not fulfilling the purpose that they are meant to. So there is space, in my opinion, for things like philosophical practice, but they have to be included in some kind of bigger purpose somehow, so people understand what they are doing, as we did here, because here we are accepting this rule because we are willing to I don't know, to better ourselves or to have another understanding. So I think in public politics or rules or in companies, you can do this kind of stuff as well. And I think you do that as a service somehow, don't you?
Yes. And by the way, in the last 2 years, we start working with internships, yeah, and a few of them, most of them, they want to try philosophical practice just because what you said, because they want team building, yeah. So in a way, they see the philosophical practice as a way to create this collective harmony inside that is very important in that context. So yes, I would agree with you. I wanted to add something about what Pepe said, which is that, okay, in a way, I told you, Raluca, focus on what you do, enjoy it, yeah. But at the same times, I would suggest you don't think that other people just don't understand you because they're stupid or you have the truth, but try to put yourself from other people's perspective. I know it can sound a bit contradictory from what I said before, but try to see why people cannot understand the value, or they cannot experience it, or which are the resistance, the main obstacles they have in order to enter in this kind of experience. Sometimes I do, and I was okay, I understand it. And when I understand them, I can also propose this practice in a different way, in a way that they can accept it more. Yeah. So in a way, my advice are they are a bit contradictory. I would say, in a way, forget about other people's judgments, but try at the same time to look at the practice from their eyes. I think it could be useful. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think the time is over. Maybe we have time for one last comment. Andrea, can I ask you, since you are new, I am curious to know what you think. If you like, if you didn't like, if you enjoy, if I don't know, you find boring, whatever. I am interested in your reaction, let's say.
I think all of this, at a certain point, I had the impression that it's boring.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, no, it was at a certain point I didn't understand why we're going too far, because I really liked his question about the house. And when we started to answer a question that I was more interested in the answer, or the answers, because there multiple, was more captivating, and I really liked the exercise. I thought it's because I put myself the question about my first question. That because you said look at the pictures, have two questions.
Can you say your first question? You remember?
So the idea was that my question started with a why.
Okay.
And I was like, this is not very descriptive, and you cannot find really the answer in the picture because it's, as his questions is more, I think, more outside than inside. So I reformulated the question after that, and once again after that,
Okay.
and it was very nice. It was very fun, sincerely, and it was also very fun to see how your perception was a little bit changed, because mine was because I do tours of this exhibition. So first time was someone that came that made me remark that there are these small pictures on each of the terrace that I didn't notice, and I found that nice, and I found them nicer after remarking.
So you met
this.
people in this exhibition.
Yes.
And do you think that to try a bit this approach could be a way to involve more the people to enter in a little dialogue with some works or no?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do it. For example, I ask people what this object is.
So you ask questions.
I do ask because I do believe in questions.
Okay.
I don't believe that much. I believe that the answers are important, everything, but I do believe that questions are
And
very
you
important.
I mean, you ask people to ask you questions also, or they
Yes,
Okay.
but they don't do it usually.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. I suggest you that irony can be a way to break the ice, because usually people are afraid to ask questions, not because they don't have a question, but because they are afraid to ask stupid questions like that. So I do the same with my class in the student. I say, I love stupid questions. So please ask me stupid questions because they are the most funnest usually. So if you find some strategy like that, usually you could help them to ask you more questions.
Yeah. It's tomorrow. It's the last day of the exhibition, so.
You let Alex know, so he wrote to me if it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you everybody. It's time to go to Alex.
Tomorrow at the museum at 1. Thanks.